Hey guys, in today's video I want to talk to you about how to heat up your ideal prospects.
If you're interested in using systems, automation, and leverage to grow your business, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the little bell beside it so you'll be notified when I post new videos.
Alright, so should you pitch or should you pixel when you're reaching out to your ideal prospects? And what I want to do in this video is talk to you about how to dramatically improve your results by focusing in on the pixel versus the pitch. So we want to grow our audience, right? If we want to be seen as that trusted advisor, that person that is the go-to source in the market for marketing services, everything we're doing in business to generate clients, we should also be working to build that custom audience, that pixeled audience of ideal prospects so that we have a huge competitive advantage in the marketplace when we want to communicate with those ideal prospects. So why is this? So you can promote your new content every time you put it out. If you've already pixeled and create that custom audience of ideal prospects, every time you put out that new content, you're able to put it in front of them using retargeting. Every time you want to test a new offer, you can use retargeting. And really what ends up happening over time is you become omnipresent and you become seen as a trusted advisor if you continue to bring them value week in and week out. All right, so let's walk through this example and let's assume you're going to send out 1,000 cold emails to business owners in any niche, right? So whatever you're focused on. And typically as a marketer, you're gonna send out cold emails and you're gonna pitch some kind of tripwire service. And what I wanna do here is I wanna compare pitching versus just reaching out via cold email to pixel them so that you can create that custom audience of ideal prospects within the niche that you serve. All right, so let's use landscape architects. It's a niche. We'll be able to run through an example so you can see how this works. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the value that's created by using cold email to pitch versus pixel. All right, so let's hop into that. So let's walk through the process. So step number one would be to build a list of 1,000 businesses in the niche. So we'd go out and we'd create a list of 1,000 landscape architects and we'd want to go email them with a cold email, one to pitch versus one to pixel, and we're gonna walk through the example. So here's a visualization of what it looks like. So the cold email would go out, we'd offer a free audit, they would either accept that audit or not, and if they accepted it, we'd make the audit and try to pitch them our service from there and make some money, or if they didn't want to see it, then we would be done. We would have taken those 1,000 emails, we would have sent it out, and really we would have been in a situation where we couldn't email them again, likely for a few weeks, possibly a few months, and you wouldn't want to do it too frequently. Otherwise, you may be viewed in an unpositive light, specifically if it's a niche that you focus in. So what does the email look like? It may look something like this, right? So what is XYZ and ABC Lawn Care doing better than you, right? Or what are they doing better? And this is where XYZ and ABC would be local competitors to the business. So generally what would happen is we'd have our VA go out and see who's ranking number one and number two, and then everybody else in the market, we would say, look at number one and look at number two, they're doing better than you. And I see that XYZ Lawn Care and ABC Lawn Care are ranking higher than you for landscape design in your city, right? And we put the city name there. Do you want me to send you a quick video audit showing what they're doing better and how to fix it? And really that's the pitch, and you just hit reply, let me know, and I'll put together a video audit for free for you. Sincerely, Joe, the SEO Ninja, right? And that's really the pitch that a lot of marketers send out. Could be for a PPC audit, could be for a free Facebook trial, but essentially that's what it looks like. And so what I want to draw attention to here is 3% of any market is active buyers. It doesn't matter what market you're serving. Generally, it's accepted that 3% of the market is in the market to actively buy whatever the product or service is that you're selling. And the next 7% they intend to change, but they're probably not looking to buy today. And then really the 90% below that, they're not looking. So what does this tell us? It tells us that when we cold email and pitch, what's really happening is we're annoying 90% of the market, possibly as high as 97% of the market, to really hit that 3% that may be looking to buy. And it's forcing the 90% to look at us as spammers. So it may work well to get a few clients, but you're missing out on that huge opportunity to approach the market in a much more efficient way, especially if you want to be seen as an authority in that market. So let's compare that to cold email for landing pixels, right? So in this approach, our goal is to get as many people to open the email as possible, ultimately click a link, land on your site so that you can pixel them and earn the opportunity to retarget them when you like. And that's the difference in perspective. We're not pitching them anything. So really, from a perspective of email marketing, what we're trying to do is come up with some value or some interesting angle that they'd be willing to click on so that we can make them part of our custom audience and earn the right to be able to remarket to them whenever we want. So here's an example of an angle you could take. So landscape designer uses inexpensive drone, ... He bought the drone for his 14-year-old son, but when he realized how effective it was at landing new clients, he started putting it to use in his business. He shares his incredible story here with a link, and they can go and they can watch that, right? And then you'd have the interview with the owner of that business talking about whatever cool thing they're doing in the industry with a drone. And you'd want to incorporate within that story some content upgrade, some lead magnet that you could point to. Right? And that may be like his postcard strategy. Maybe he flies the drone over the property and takes the before and after picture, and he puts that on the front of a postcard, and on the back he has a testimonial from the client along with their address, offering, some kind of free estimate for their landscaping for their house, right? Something of that nature. So that's really the content upgrade, and really what we're going to give them is the copy and the setup that this particular person is using. And that's how we would get them through the sequence to capture their email address. So you now have a custom audience because they visited that page, so you can retarget them every time you put out new content. Right? Yes, it's going to cost you a little bit of money if they click on it, but what's happening is you're only showing your content and your ad to people that are landscape designers. So you're only spending money to put your content in front of people that want to see it, and when they click it, you pay for it. But what that's doing is it's allowing you to put yourself in front of them all the time. When they click it, you pay for it. Yes, that's a cost, but the reality of it is you're able to build yourself as an expert, omnipresent in the market. You're able to heat them up over time, and when they're ready to buy, you'll be the provider of choice, right? And really that's what we want to have happen. If we're adding value to 97% of the market, we know every month someone's going to get tired of the marketer they're using, and we're going to put ourselves in a position where we're the go-to authority that they are going to come to. So what does this look like? So in this model, we use cold email to content, whether that's an interview or it's some blog post. It's something of interest to the market as broad as possible so that we can pixel them and earn the right to retarget with whatever content we're putting out. So every time we put out a valuable piece of authority content, we can put a Facebook ad in front of them or a display ad in front of them and link them back to our content. We can also test all kinds of ads in terms of offers with only our ideal prospects and see which one really resonates. And so that's the strategy that we're trying to do. We're trying to capture pixels with this. But of course, while we're doing this, we still want customers. So within that content, we'll have that content upgrade. So they land on that squeeze page, they give us their email, they come into our autoresponder, and now we have our autoresponder sequence. But once they take the upgrade, they land on a thank you page. And when they land on that thank you page, we say, thanks for downloading whatever it is we sent them. We'd like to offer you a free audit of your site so you can see, how your competitors are doing relative to you. So essentially we go into that same pitch, but the difference now is the pre-frame. They've already seen that you've added value with a piece of content. Maybe you're interviewing an industry expert. Secondarily, you're giving them a content upgrade, so they're now anticipating getting that content upgrade from you. And then thirdly, you're offering them a free audit at this point, and it positions you a lot better in the market. So you'll probably get a higher conversion of people willing to take you up on that audit, and ultimately you'll see will lead to more customers. So I just wanted to bring you through the math. Again, cold emails that you're pitching, you're probably going to have a 20-25% open rate. That's 200 people out of 1,000 will open. Replies, maybe 3%. The 3% that are interested in that moment in terms of taking it on, that gives you 6 replies, of which 3 will take the audit, and maybe you'll close 1 out of the 3. You're certainly going to land a client that way. It's a lot of work, and you've burnt the list. You can't send them another email for a while. Cold email to pixel though, you have way more opportunity to be creative and to use curiosity to get them to open. Ultimately, when they open, you're going to get them to click. If 200 people click, you're going to pixel 200 people. So you now have 200 businesses that you're targeting on your custom audience list that you have the opportunity to retarget to whenever you put out new authority content or whenever you want to test an offer. And of course, some of those are going to take your lead magnet. Let's say that's 20%. You're going to get 40 people. Of those, they're going to see your audit. Six are going to take your opportunity for you to do an audit, and ultimately 35% or 2 will take that audit from you. And really what I'm trying to show you here is the difference is in the open rate, right? So if you take the same open rate, then you'll end up with 1-to-1. And you may say, well, I'm still only getting 1 client. Yes, that's true, but what you'll have is 1 to 200 people that you've pixeled that you can now put offers and content in front of on a continuous basis without annoying them. And the great thing about retargeting ads is we all get retargeted. Nobody gets annoyed with people retargeting. People get annoyed with people spamming them, right? They unsubscribe from the list. They report you as a spammer. Your URL gets blocked. There's a lot of negative things that come out with cold email if you're just going to continuously cold email the same list. So this is a way of using that cold email to capture the pixel and earn the opportunity to retarget them and really position yourself as that trusted authority over time, heating them up until they make a decision that they want to change from their current provider, or they just view you as a trusted authority. They see you adding value to the space on an ongoing basis and decide to work with you. So that's really what we're trying to do here. Hopefully you'll see that there is more value in cold email to pixel as opposed to cold email to pitch. And I would argue for most traffic strategies, Facebook ads, all types of outreach, you're better to pixel than you are to pitch initially so that you can heat them up over time and ultimately end up with that custom audience. Hopefully you got something from this video. If you did, definitely smash that thumbs up button for me. If you're interested in my 3-step framework, how to attract and convert your ideal clients easily, I'll drop a link below. You can click it and I will send that out to you, and I'll see you in the next video.